this video. I never post videos anymore.
In the jungle, YouTube jungle, the Liferegenerator sleeps tonight.
Now Dan may be still asleep, but the DTM commentator is back, baby! And I am ready to cover this story in a way that only I can do it. This is the DTM commentator with another update. It has now been almost 2 months since Dan's last video upload. But not his last video. Remember this clip from his last video upload.
I was going to make a normal little video, plug some Morocco method stuff, but I can't do it. It'll be a miracle if I post this video. I never post videos anymore.
So he's still making videos, many a day, but he's just not putting them up. That sounds a little crazy. Think about it. He could be in his shower right now talking to himself. Sure, he's talking to a camera and filming it, but he's not going to do anything with the footage. It's just going to stay on his camera. He doesn't even need to be wearing those shorts. And in this clip, he says how pissed off he is.
And it actually pisses his own self off that he's afraid to get on YouTube and be his true, full, authentic, crazy ass, extremely eccentric, weird ideas self.
I don't think you can be pissed off at yourself, and for what? He doesn't even explain in a half-hour video. What has he got to be upset about? What does he have to be angry about? I don't think he watches the news. This past week has been just about my most angry and pissed off week that I can think of. But here I am still making videos. And why not? Just yesterday I was pretty depressed. And then came 4 o'clock. And yeah, and then I had a bunch of potatoes. And then I had a bunch of oats. And then I felt a little better. And that meal also allowed me to sleep the fuck up, which when I woke up, I felt even better. Back to normal. That's right. I recently did a few weeks raw in the summer. It didn't go very well because I just could not eat enough, I guess. And now I'm eating more calories. So I can feel better and I can sleep better. It's about calories. Raw is not law, as long as you're eating mostly raw, over 50%. And this hostility from Dan is not a recent thing. If you look back into history, you can find some subtle anger below the surface.
No matter what they eat, I don't even give a crap, because what am I going to do, punch my daughter in the face for eating a piece of salmon? It's her life.
It's like when people say you're too skinny, it's like, hello, why don't you write an email to God and tell him, Dear Lord, you made Dan too skinny. What's Dan going to do, beat himself up?
And also, we all as a community basically let Dan get away with most of the crazy stuff he says and the crazy stuff that he does as if he was a politician who was only running the country.
Because in the beginning what you saw was a life regenerator. Oh, I like the guy behind the RV. Well, what you saw right there was a dude whose defense mechanisms were so high that he had his like shield up, but he wasn't able to really be fully authentic and have deep compassion and understanding for humans because he himself wasn't even really willing to feel the pain. He was living from here up. And I think some people saw that.
Really? Who saw that? He talks later about how he would not incorporate any cooked food because raw is law. Yet he's never found balance. And he's making a living teaching this diet. I have balance. I'm balancing right now. I'm balancing on my belly, my knees. I have great balance.
Because I never found any balance with this raw food diet.
He seems to have some mental issues. Let's take all his problems, all the weird stuff about him, all the things people complain about.
Including myself.
And is there a common denominator? One thing that might be a solution to all of. I've heard the theories on what Dan needs to solve his problems. It seems like there's one common denominator, one thing that can solve all his problems. And you've heard it. It all adds up. It's the one thing he won't do. God the fuck! God the fuck up! God the fuck! God the fuck up! God the fuck!
I can potentially drive everyone nuts, including myself. And you're right, I'm wrong. I can't believe you sell enzymes. You're a huckster. That's craziness.